Hi guys, this is Elizabeth Cermak from Your Highest Light, here every week to talk to you guys about attracting a more beautiful life. I'm a master life coach, and last week we talked about fears, and we're going to kind of continue that this week. We're going to still talk a little bit about fears. So, I have been doing this for about a year, coming on here once a week to talk to you guys about attracting a more beautiful life. I used to do Fridays at 11:11, and I have made a declaration to the universe. The new day is Tuesdays at 3:33. So you know how I love those triple digits. So we're going to be doing Tuesdays from now on at 3:33. I kind of go back and forth Facebook from my professional page to my personal page. So I will be on one or the other. Tuesdays at 3:33 talking to you guys about attracting a more beautiful life. I am a master life coach. And I talked last week about fears. So we talked about how certain fears, when you feel held back by fears, a lot of times that is because you are focusing on what you're going to lose in a situation instead of what you're going to gain in a situation. So you can actually use this pretty much for anything. Anytime you're afraid to move forward in your life. I tend to use it like, for example, if you're afraid of spending money on a self-development course, right? If you want this course because you know it's going to do these great things for you, but you stop and you don't do it, it's usually because you're focused on the money you're going to lose instead of what you're going to gain from doing the self-development course. So that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Focusing on what you're going to gain in a situation instead of what you're going to lose. And a lot of times we've already made the decision that we're moving forward with something. So maybe we've already spent the money on something. Or I thought of another example, now I can't think of it. But no matter what, say we've already made the decision, we're going to move forward. Maybe we're going to change jobs. And we're going to lose some money, but this job has more opportunity or more in the area that you want to work in. So maybe you're focused on what you're going to lose in that old job. So maybe you've already made the decision and you're still stuck in that fear, like you're making yourself miserable and beating up on yourself about that old job. No, start focusing on what you're going to gain by the change that you're going to make. Okay, so that's what we talked about last week. If you're joining me, tell me where you're joining me from. You can drop me an emoji. Hi, Stuart. It's good to see you. So here every Tuesday now, it's going to be Tuesdays at 3:33. And I'm hoping, too, that'll be good for people because some people will be out of work by that time. So today we're talking about what ifs. And I love this. It really reminded me of when I was little. I don't know. I was little in the 80s. So I had, and this is my shirt reminds me of the 80s today. So I was a big Shel Silverstein fan, and he had this poem called What If? And I remember even being little, and I totally related to this Shel Silverstein poem. So I pulled it off on my computer. I'm going to read a little bit of it to you. It says, hi, Cynthia. Hi, Dorothy. It says, what if? Last night while I lay thinking here, some what ifs crawled inside my ear and pranced and partied all night long and sang their same old what if song. I love it. So what if I'm dumb in school? What if they've closed the swimming pool? What if I get beat up? So he goes on all these like what ifs that go through his head at night. And isn't it true that the what ifs tend to happen at night? It tends to happen. That's when our subconscious is like allowed to fly and our brain is allowed to go crazy at night. So a lot of times this happens at night. So we're going to talk today. I had an awesome session with a client today, and we took those what ifs and we turned them around to something positive. And she did so good. So I'm just pumped to tell you guys about this today because I know this could help so many people. I posted something on Instagram and Facebook yesterday because I had a rough weekend. And what happened is, so this goes along with the theme, but I also feel like I have to address it because I've had a lot of people message me and say, are you okay? And all that kind of stuff. So you guys, I am good. I swear I'm good. No pity. I'm not asking for pity. I know that nobody thinks that, but I just have to say that I just had a really interesting weekend. And I'm going to talk more about this, but I've talked about how when you make declarations to the universe, I'm calling them declarations now instead of affirmations because declarations are stronger than affirmations. So hi Desiree, when you make those declarations to the universe, especially if you're meditating under the full moon, which I did, I made that declaration. I told the universe I was ready and I was so confident. And I said, I'm ready to handle this now. And the universe started responding and started giving me stuff, and things are going great. Like everything in my life is going great. My husband is just like saying how proud he is of me. More clients coming my way, just a lot of good stuff happening. And what happened was then something happened where I got criticized. And when you go bigger, this is going to happen. But I allowed it to trigger all this, my limiting core beliefs. My limiting core belief, mine, is that I can't handle it. And I'm going to be offering a course in the new year. So excited. It's called Beautiful Mind, Beautiful Life. And it's going to be about uncovering your limiting core beliefs. Because whenever we're going bigger in life, that limiting core belief is going to rear its ugly head. Mine's like a little girl, throwing a fit. It rears its head. So that's what happens when you try to go bigger. And when people get stuck in their lives, it's because they're not going bigger because they're listening to their fears. And what I did this weekend, and I don't always do this, but I let it fly. And I really screamed, and cried and let it out because I needed to do that. And I could see that it was lying. So once you identify it, sometimes we just walk around and we're clueless about these limiting core beliefs that we have. We just feel fearful. We stay in a shell. We don't go bigger because something isn't quite right, but we have not identified what it is. When you identify what that belief is, you can change it. That's the magic of it. So you have to identify it and then you can change it. And we're going to be doing more of that in my class, Beautiful Mind, Beautiful Life. And it's going to be about changing your brain chemistry in order to attract a more beautiful life. So, hi Anna, hi Brenda, good to see you guys. So we're talking today about the what if. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I felt like I should address it. I didn't want to just come out here today all happy and showered after I had posted this post about how I had gone through all this stuff over the weekend. So I swear to God, I am good now. I'm so happy that it happened and I feel like a new woman. Like I feel bigger and brighter and like I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to conquer this. So that I want that for everybody, for all of my clients as well, and for anybody who watches. So, okay, love you guys. So we're talking about the what ifs. So how do we know that we're doing what ifs? Sometimes people are not even aware that they're doing this. So what ifs tend to be negative. Like, what if I fail? What if nobody watches my video? What if nobody shows up to my class? What if, what if I don't have enough food? I just had a doTERRA party and I had so much food and we were talking in the party about why are we always afraid of not having enough food? And I said, it could happen, like you could not have enough food. And everybody's like, yeah, it could happen. You would survive, So anyway, so what if I don't have enough food? So the what ifs tend to be super negative, right? And I don't like to call them negative or positive, but I have, for lack of a better term, let's call them negative. So what if bad things happen? That happens at night. We tend to think, oh my gosh, what if I have cancer? What if, what if? So, but sometimes we're not aware that we're doing it. So one hint that we're doing it is you feel bad. So, feeling good is God. Feeling good is feeling God. So when you feel good, you're in your right mind. You're thinking correctly. You're feeling God, you're feeling the universe, you're feeling love, you're feeling universal presence. If you're not feeling good about yourself or your life or the future, that's another thing. When I was in that darkness, it tends to tell me that life sucks, that life is supposed to be stressful, that it sucks, and that this is just how it is. That is a limiting belief. Life sucks. Life does not suck. So when you're thinking those things, you want to start questioning it. Now, okay, so what if? So the way that we know that we're thinking what ifs is if we're feeling bad, if we're feeling negative. Now, if you guys have any questions, please let me know and I will read those. So I will try to keep up with the questions. So if we're feeling negative, we're probably thinking these negative what ifs. And what we can do is we can turn them around to the positive. Now, you might not want to say, what if I make $1 million tomorrow? Because you probably won't believe that and your subconscious mind will be like, get over it, loser, that's not happening, and then it won't work. But you want to start framing them a little bit more positively. So I had a client do this today. What if I can handle it? That's actually more realistic. What if I can handle it? What if things go well? What if I'm supposed to take this new job because it's meant for me? What if the universe supports me? All of these things are actually more accurate than your negative what ifs. So what if? I would love for you guys to comment below and tell me a positive what if. What if things go well? Mine is, what if I can handle it? What if I do make more money tomorrow? You don't have to say I'll make $1 million tomorrow, but what if I do? What if the universe is supporting me? what if life is good? What if I could get over this? What if I could let it go and leave it behind? What if I could change things? What if I could make a new decision and change something? What if I could change how I feel? What if I could change what I'm thinking? Yes, so you can do all those things. So that's turning the what ifs from the negative to the positive. What if the party goes horribly? What if it goes okay? What if I can handle it if it doesn't? Wouldn't it be great if you could just let it go, not think about it, handle it if it doesn't, handle it at the time and not think about it afterwards? What if I can go to this networking event and not feel anxious? Did I talk about that? I was just writing about it. I actually went to a networking event recently and did not feel one angst of anxiety. I felt great the whole time. And that's huge for me because that's usually not the case. So I want to tie in doTERRA essential oils a little bit with this because you guys know I'm a doTERRA advocate now, and you can really do this with smelling anything. I'm kind of addicted to this Clary Calm. It is monthly blend for women. I love it and it smells so good, so I have it on right now. But you can do the what ifs with like citrus oil like lime or lemon and thinking something positive, or even peppermint or like the wild orange, and think, what if I can handle it? What if I can handle it? What if I can handle it? And then when you associate that what if with that smell, when you use your senses, it's stronger. So the universe is going to respond faster and you're going to be more used to that frame of mind. Does that make sense? So then when you smell that, you're going to feel, it's like, I talk about this in my meditation training. When I was a freshman in college, my friend got Pleasure's Estee Lauder perfume for Christmas, and when we came back to school, we would all wear it when we went out. And that perfume brings me back to my freshman year of college. I mean, when I smell that perfume, I am brought back there. We all have that experience when we smell something and we're brought back to something. So smells they actually change your body chemistry. So if you can associate a smell with something positive, you're going to feel more positive, and it's going to be easier for you to think that more positive thought. So what if things go well? What if I can handle it? I want you guys to tell me your positive what ifs. Please comment below and let me know your positive what ifs. If you're watching this on YouTube later, I have never said this before, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video and give me a comment because I'd love to know how this goes for you. Please, Desiree says true. Yep, love you too. Oh, love doTERRA, me too. Okay, so please let me know how this goes for you. Tell me your positive what ifs. I want to know what happens and how can change your life, because I know it can. Love you guys. Peace and love. Prudence is here as always. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday at 3:33. Bye.